Facebook friends and family. How are you today? It's a beautiful day here in Queensland, and we certainly do know that summer's on the way. It's nice and warm, a little bit sweaty, but yeah, it's awesome. Alrighty, so what are we talking about today? We are talking about dun dun dun. Ever feel like traditional health and well-being advice just it doesn't quite fit your life? So how many times, I see a lot of advertising about, come and do this 6 week program, this 10 week program, this 12 week program, all of that sort of thing. And to do that, you need to attend these sessions. You need to do this, you need to do that. And that's 3 times a week. And then you need to be doing this on your own. And you need to blah, 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 blah. All of this stuff that you need to fit in to your schedule and fit it in. So a lot of those programs are based, and those plans are based at an ideal lifestyle. And they're looking at, okay, well, fit the time in. And if it's a priority to you, you'll fit the time in. Well, unfortunately, that doesn't quite fit with our busy, messy lives that we have. So it's completely normal to reject those one size fits all. And I would encourage you, I would absolutely encourage you to reject the one size fits all, because you are a very different person to somebody else. While you might want a similar goal, so the goal might be to tone, or the goal might be to eat better, or the goal might be whatever, how it shows up for you in your world is absolutely different. So I've got a few tips for you today. And the first one that I recommend with all of my clients is let's start small. Let's actually start with something small and simple that aligns with what's best for your body and your mind. And we know from the lifestyle priorities out of your profile exactly where to start, what area of your life to start. And then let's get that under control before we move into something else. It doesn't mean that we won't work on other things while we're doing it, but that will be our priority, and we'll just do small things, just small alterations of course, so that it becomes habit and becomes easy, because your body feels good or your mind feels good when you do it. So I really want you to think about today what things you can do that will fit with your routine, rather than having to stop, or rather than having to fit more into your routine. What will actually work alongside your routine? So an example of that might be, for one person, and this is just an example, it's not targeted at any person in particular, it's one example of, while you're brushing your teeth, you might do some gratitude practice. Now, whether that fits for you or not is a totally different story, but it might be something simple like that. Or if you're someone who wants to drink more water, when you go to the toilet to urinate, you then have a glass of water afterwards. So you can kind of buddy up those habits, and it's called habit stacking, with really simple things to do that have big effect. Okay, so how do you choose something? Well, that's where I come in, and that's where our profiles come in telling us this is the area. And then with a coach, we work together to go, okay, well, what's going to have the biggest bang for buck to start with? And is that manageable for the person to do it? If it's not manageable, can we break it down into steps? And we take it from there. So the next tip, so first tip, start small, start simple. The next tip is make it adaptable. Life gets hectic. We try and stuff so much into our lives now that we just didn't do previously. I was having a conversation with someone yesterday about how of an evening, because we didn't have television and mostly we didn't have electricity, I'm going back decades now, you would sit around and you would read, or you would sit around and talk, or you would sit around and craft, like knit or crochet or that sort of thing. So you would have time for your mind to settle. Now we are bombarded 24/7, and I know that that's not news to anybody. We are bombarded 24/7, and we really need to be intentional about disconnecting so that our minds and our bodies have time to recover. So whatever habit we do, it needs to be adaptable. So what I talked about before, so doing something while you brush your teeth or having a glass of water, I'll use those examples, having a glass of water after you've urinated. You can do that anywhere you are. So if you're away on a trip, you're still brushing your teeth, so you can do your gratitude at the same time. If you're away on a trip, you're still going to urinate, so you can set it up that you've got water with you to have that glass of water when you do go to the toilet. So what I generally do when working with clients is when we're setting a goal to work on, we look at what's a minimum number. So if you get it done once in the next 2 weeks, or once a week in the next 2 weeks, or twice a week in the next 2 weeks, is that manageable? Is that easy? And if it's easy, okay, that's what we're going to set. That's what we're going to set. If you do it more than that, that's awesome. But if you don't do it more than that, that's fantastic, because you've met your goal. So 2 tips so far. 1, start small and simple, and 2, make it adaptable. The final message that I want to really leave you with, so only 2 tips today. The final message that I want to leave you with is health changes don't have to be drastic. They don't have to be rigid to be effective. You don't have to change everything. Now, I'm saying that under the guise of you've got time to adjust course to come back to health and well-being. For other people who are in critical phase, they probably do need drastic change. But for most people, we can gradually guide you back to alignment where your body is functioning, your body and mind are functioning and just humming along perfectly. So I'd invite you over the weekend to think about one small adaptable change that you can do that would contribute towards your health and well-being. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, and I wish you the best for the weekend. Have a great time, and I look forward to seeing you again next Thursday. Bye for now.